Hey guys, how's it going? It's Miyoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. How are you guys doing? Just checking everything. Okay, let's see. I need to, where's that? I forgot to, I need a link of my own live stream. Wait for me. Let's wait for you guys to join. Did I change the setting to public? I was in Tokyo and I just got back last night. And okay, now let's see here. I'm gonna insert the link here and post. Should work. Congrats, Yoko. That's a high honor. Thank you so much. I know. Oh no, banned in China. Banned in China. I'm not banned by China. I got banned by Russia. It should work. Okay. So, how are you? I should show you like there are there are articles like this saying Russia bans entry of 30 more Japanese nationals, and it includes me for some reason. I'm banned from Russia for like I can't enter Russia. But it's not like I've tried to enter the country. I've never even thought about going to the country. So like I'm like and people around me, you know, who saw the news are like you wouldn't go there even if you were asked to go there. Like you are told if you even if you are told to go there. Like I'm like, nope, I wouldn't go. So it's not gonna change my life at all in that sense, you know, but it affects like professors and researchers and so on because some of them do need to go to the country and analyze things, you know, or talk to people and so on. But not me, right? For those who don't know this news, I'll read that, read the article. Russia's foreign ministry said Tuesday it has banned indefinitely 30 more Japanese nationals from entering the country indefinitely. Am I reading that right? the measure the measure is a retaliation against Japan's sanctions on Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. It was Moscow's first decision to ban Japanese nationals from entering Russia since the inauguration of Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi last month. Russia last made such a decision in March. The 30 Japanese individuals include Foreign Ministry spokesperson Toshihiro Kitamura and researchers such as University of Tokyo Associate Professor Yu Koizumi, Hokkaido University Professor Akihiro Iwashita, Keio University Professor Yoko Hirose, not me, Yoko Hirose, Professor Yoko, right? And Takushoku University visiting Professor Kenro Nagoshi. And these are all like really famous people, you know. And also, let me read even more. Also among the new targets are members of the press, including senior journalists at national newspapers such as the major business daily Nikkei. Nikkei was doing a great job, you know, covering Russia-related topics. So, yeah, of course, as well as past correspondents in Moscow. Takashi Hirano, editor at Ukraine's national news agency Ukrinform, is also on the list, and blah blah blah. And our government is like, oh, this is not acceptable, you know. So they, our guy, where is that? Chief Cabinet Secretary Minoru Kihara said that it's unacceptable and so on. And me personally, I actually learned about this way later, kind of. Like I saw this news on the day it became the news here, right away, like 30 more people to the list of those who are banned from entering Russia. There has been already like almost like 500 Japanese people who cannot enter Russia. It's a retaliation against sanctions over the war in Ukraine. Japan, we stand with Ukraine, and we are imposing sanctions, and Russia is not happy, and they're like, yeah, let's ban Japanese people from entering our country, and the like about 400, like the majority of those who are banned from Russia are actually parliament members. And this time it's like, as I just said, it's like researchers and professors and news reporters, that sort of journalists, and yeah, really famous, like nationwide, famous Japanese people. And me, I am known for for a certain degree. I am like a kind of famous in a really like a limited community, like among the conservative circle or those like leftists who have been fighting like online right wings and so on. Like some people know me, but it's not like nationwide. And why did that happen then? Why did Yoko get banned? I'll tell you in a minute. But yeah. Hello from Sweden. Yay, hello. Thanks for coming live early. Yeah, a little bit. I was actually out in the morning or in the afternoon. Yeah, in the morning. Yeah. So it's not letting me say something in your chat. Oh, maybe my rule. Let's see. Indefinitely. Yeah, it's interesting because many like a famous professors and analysts and so on regarding Russia or Ukraine or that region like Eurasia, like there are many experts in that field, and some people are actually trying to get into the list because it's actually such an honor, that it shows that Russia doesn't want those people on the list to enter the country because they're influential and they can stir up the public opinion, and also like for them they're just basically, in other words, those people on the list are doing a great job to make Russia upset, right? So it's an honor. It's an honor for us, right? And some experts are trying to get on the list. And this time, when there's this symbolic guy, Yu Koizumi. He's fairly young. He's not too like too. He's not very older, much older than me actually. But he's very famous, and to me, I thought that he wasn't that anti-Russia though. But he analyzes like a military kind of stuff, using the satellite images and so on. But anyway, very popular. But his status, was that he was not a professor until recently. So that's why people were saying that's why he can't get on the list. Because his academic level, like his job, like social title was not high enough because Russia is such a what's the word, like authoritarian state. They care about the class, and Mr. Koizumi was not like he didn't have the title. At least that's what we thought. But yeah, he finally got in. But then I got on the list with my husband, and we're not like super high class, like a high profile expert or anything. And I'll let you know what's going on in a bit. But super chat, thank you so much, so much. Thank you. Yoko number one. Yes, I just got back from my trip to Japan. Really? It was absolutely beautiful. Where were you? I was in Tokyo until last night. the food, the sights, the people, everything. But you know what would make it better? About 2 million Indians. Uh, almost, wasn't it for us like we are considering like 500,000 taking 5 years? I don't know. I saw a cute convenience store staff though in Tokyo actually. Like that girl, I bet that she's from some like I don't know. She could be Indian or Pakistani or somewhere from somewhere around that area, and she was so smiley. Like me and my husband, we bought something at the convenience store, and I had my bag ready to pack it because you know, you need to pay for plastic bags if you buy at grocery stores, convenience stores, and so on now due to the environmental policies. And we always have the bag, and then the cashier girl from some Asian country, she's like smiling, and she's like, I'm gonna take your bag to put stuff in, and she was so smiley. It was so cute. And she put it, and arigatou gozaimasu. I'm like, oh, thank you. It was cute. Anyway, but yeah, we would love like a really smart and also educated, well-behaving foreigners who follow the rules, because if we Japan wants to keep our level, like economy, especially economic level, like the scale of it, then we do need workers. Like we should have done something earlier, but I don't know. Anyway, ロシアで金おめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。Yeah, God bless you and your husband. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your super chat too. You were in Tokyo. We were close then. A meetup with Yoko would have been too cool. Yeah, but anyway, so my husband and I, we are very active in the field. But as for Russia, we've been active only after like, which year was it? 2023? Husband-san! He's probably sleeping, taking a nap right now. I think it's 2023. Yeah, and then yeah, and then we joined. I'm gonna introduce this book to you, but so I believe that was 2023, but August, right? There was this forum, Free Nations of Post-Russia Forum, it's called. And it started in May 2022, like only a few months after the war broke out. And it started in Poland, and then they started to have the forum throughout Europe and also the United States. And over here in Asia, in Japan, in the Parliament building, we had the first forum, and my husband and I, we participated in the event. My husband briefly spoke in the event, and then I got to moderate the next day, right? And so we started to join there, and then my husband spoke for 2 more also at the forum, like through the internet, like he participated online. I didn't really, I don't think I spoke. But then we went to the forum when it was held in Taiwan. That was last year, right? Well, or no, the year after that, before that maybe. I don't remember. I'm getting older, so like I can't remember the year. But yeah. Anyway, we went to Taiwan, and I spoke, at the event, and I met all the cool people again, and one of the guy, Janusz Bugajski, he actually recently passed away, but this is his last book. It's this thick, right? And it says Free Nations new states, the end stage of Russian colonialism, and it's gonna fall. So right, and this is like a compilation of the speeches made in the event, right? So my husband and I are on this too. But doing these activities, my husband wrote this book. When was it? Last year, right? To 2024, last year, September. And this is actually about this movement that they are trying to separate Russia, separate Russia, make Russia small again into 41 pieces, because there are, like, how we see it is that Russia is it's a federation, but to us it's a colonization, right? So we want to divide the country and just to have a healthy, independent nations, so that we can all live happily, right? Respecting their history and culture and everything, and all the things that Putin is saying, like his historical viewpoints and so on. It's so biased, and a lot of it is fabricated, and he doesn't care about, like, he talks about all the historical points that are beneficial for him, and he doesn't talk about the Mongolian Empire, for example. Like, why do you think that there are Mongolians under the rule of Russia right now? History. But anyway, so we want to see. This is cool. This is my husband's book, right? You open it, like, this is a regular book, but on the back of this cover, ta-da, there's a map. So we want to divide the state into 41. So this is a picture. It's a rough image, but just to get you the image, right? Map of independent sovereign states after collapse of Moscovia Empire, so-called Russian Federation, it says at the top, right? So we are doing this, and this forum was, as I probably told you before, I think it was last year, Russian Supreme Court said that this forum is a terrorist organization, even though we are not like an organization. It's a forum that we just have a set, like several sets of guest speakers, and they come from different backgrounds. Sometimes they are politicians or diplomats, or former politicians, diplomats, and researchers, and activists, and all kinds of people, just friends of friends, just getting together. But we are all called as terrorist organization. And then my husband, though, like, he interviewed the dangerous terrorists and so on, right? And on the back, you can see that my husband wrote the book, and I did the translation and the interpreter. So that's how my name is listed, and probably this is why it got it got on the nerve of Russia, and they got us on the list, because without this it doesn't make sense. Like, why would we get on that list to be banned from Russia, like entering Russia? Because I would understand if my husband gets on it, because he's active. This is his book, right? And of course I'm his wife, but it would make sense if that's that's the reason why. I hope you understand by this explanation. But anyway, thanks for listening. Maybe Hide-san can go to Russia and fight for you to be free from their blacklist. The thing is, though, as he wrote on here too, where was it? There's some explanations about his career here, but it says that my husband got on the blacklist in the past made by the Chinese government. It's not the list to to ban from entering. We haven't tried because like we did visit Hong Kong back in, was it 2017, I think, like 20-year anniversary after the handover, right? But yeah, after that though, things got intense, so we decided not to go back because they would catch us. So, but anyway, so Chinese government made a blacklist, because there were like a Hong Kong protest going on, and we were obviously supporting the independent type of people in Hong Kong. China didn't like it. Like they always calls my husband a separationist because they're colonizing, but they want to think that China is this big land. Even though it's like Tibet, Uyghurs, and Mongolia, those countries that have never been part of China, they're just integrated, by power. So we support the independence of those nation states. And then my husband got on so-called Hong Kong leaks. It's not available anymore, but it was a list of about 3,000 people who were advocating or fighting for independence or democracy of Hong Kong. So yeah. But anyway, China wrote about my husband a lot in newspapers and so on. And I'm his translator. So, but yeah. Now, my husband has been kind of a target by CCP and now by Russia. And I'm there with him too. So if you support us, give me super chat. That would be helpful. Yeah. Anyway, where can I get the book? I think you can get this one, right? Where is it? We got it from our friends, so I don't know where it's available. But this one, it's all only in Japanese, but you can get it on Amazon. やがてロシアの崩壊が始まる. Yep. So yeah, now people are talking about the list a lot in Japan, and some people made it to the list, and it's such a... People were saying congratulations to each other. My husband and I, especially because we were in Tokyo, then like parliament members that we met and all the people who work with us, like non-governmental people too. Like they were like, as soon as they saw us, they were like, congratulations! Like I saw you on the list. Like we heard that many times, and now the media people want to talk to us too because they are curious of like, why did you get on the list? Like other people, it makes sense, but why you, this married couple? Why, right? So we are explaining and so on. Oh, super chat. Thank you so much, Cranberry. Congrats and keep up the good work. Start safe. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really nice that our activities, though, like they're leveling up, and now we feel that Russia is actually by this cheering us up because, as I said, those people that are on the same list as as us, those people have high status, with great ability and career. So my husband and I, we are on the same page, like literally on the same page as them, and it's so flattering, and it's great. Though at the same time, that Russia is actually looking at me too. Like I am thankful because people usually only look at my husband and they don't care about me. Behind his work, I'm there supporting him. So I'm like, thank you, Russia, for actually paying attention. Yeah. Where were you in Tokyo? Nagatacho, where the national diet is. Yep. And what else? In the meantime, though, China is has been, you know, acting acting like a little kid, I would say. So our national diet is like a what do you call it? Like they are having a meetings, like they are the what's it called session. Man, I want to open this page. Let's see. You see Takaichi here, right? Our prime minister. They're talking like this in the parliament. And there's this editorial of Yomiuri Shimbun on Thursday talking about, I talked about this last week, existential threat, right? If I remember the term correctly. So do not play with national security. So basically, the opposition party, Constitutional Democratic Party, Mr. Okada asked our Prime Minister Takaichi about the existential threats, which is key to decide whether we go into the war and so on, or to help our ally and so on. And they were basically talking about Taiwan, that if China blockades the sea near Taiwan, then would that mean that it equals to our existential threat of Japan to activate the flow, to go help, right? Because it would mean that our country, Japan, is in such a threat, like existential threat as well. So there's this thing, and so our opposition party kept asking about it in the national diet, meaning parliament, against Takaichi, the prime minister. And starting this though, and of course, like basically Taiwan emergency is Japan's emergency. So Takaichi just answered all the questions with common sense. And then now the liberals are upset. And not only liberals, but Chinese diplomats are upset because they realize that, Japan is actually going to stand up against China if China tries to take Taiwan, right? And they don't like that. So what happened was this diplomat who has been all anti-Japan, he's in Japan, but he's been very anti-Japan and talking nasty on social media. And he posted that I'm going to cut your head off, basically. The dirty head, or like he said neck, but basically head, I'll cut you, and so on. It's such a threat. Like it's like we need to kick him out of Japan because it's dangerous. But yeah, the Japanese government protested against it. But then now China, today's newspaper, I believe this is here, says that China, like they're saying their people, Chinese people, not to travel to Japan because of this, thinking that Japan is so scary, dangerous, so don't go there because they're hostile, basically. So crazy because Japanese people are getting killed or attacked in China. It's been happening for a while now, and they say stuff like this just because they want to take Taiwan. And we said like, in order for our country to survive and also the stability of East Asia, we need to do something about it, because China comes out, to try to expand their territories. We need to stop that, for our security and the security of East Asia. And they're upset so that they are like, don't go to Japan. Like, doesn't make sense. But they always want to do stuff like this to play with power, and to try to make a picture that they are in control and that they're the victim type of thing. So it's so annoying. Same for Russia, right? Like my husband and I, and all the experts and so on, we are only criticizing the use of power. Like unilaterally, they're trying to change the status quo, right? Like Russia is clearly invading, and we want them to just drop it, right? And Ukraine is only defending. Defense, spreading the defense, like NATO power and so on, like defending, it's the same as here in East Asia. We don't want China to expand to the Pacific Ocean or to the southern area. So we are like, just stay there, don't come out. So we need to protect Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Philippines, and so on, right? So we are forming this like a strong alliance network, right? Like we have different frameworks economically and militarily, and it would be weird if you complained like, oh, because Japan is building this defense system, Japan must be bad, or Japan wants to start a war. Like, it doesn't make sense. We are only trying to defend and make a good system, right? Same for Ukraine and NATO nations. And but anyway, so and then Russia is like, oh, Japan is imposing sanctions on Russia. Oh, we should ban these Japanese people. I'm like, just stop. Like, China is actually a little bit better on this, because they are saying that their citizen Chinese people not to travel to Japan, right? That's the way to go. Actually, like, it's stupid, but it's kind of understandable still. Like, it would be a good economic damage to Japan. I get that, and they're playing with power. I get that. Russia, they are still sending, they're like, oh, Japan is imposing sanctions, and then the Russians visit Japan because they have nowhere else to go. Like European countries and so on, they won't let the tourists come in from Russia. They get to come to Japan because we are not. Like, we are imposing sanctions, but that part is missing. That's why some people in Japan are raising their voice, like, we should ban their entry to Japan. But yeah. I wish that they would just stop coming. And it's ridiculous that all the Japan first type of people, Sanseto type of people, because they're tied with Russia, they never complain about Russia. If they are Japan first and everything, and if they actually dislike foreigners living in Japan, they should just stop, especially Russia, if they are doing all the aggression and everything, killing people, right? And putting people in jail and so on, and abusing and everything. Why would you want those people to come? Those people silently supporting such a situation, right? Like, if they are like Japan first, but they never do because they're such a tool. Anyway, hello from Israel. Hello, thanks for coming. Greetings to all from the land of living skies. Hello, thanks for coming. Nobody wants to go to Russia anyway. Yeah. What's interesting is that Russia is like, oh, let's stop McDonald's or Starbucks, and they have the exact same service, just a change of logo. So weird. Hello, how are you? And watching from Hong Kong, been to Japan, cool country. Thank you so much. I love Hong Kong, before the control of CCP. My husband and I, we visited Hong Kong, and we really, really loved it. And we wanted to go back again, but we are watched by CCP. So we are trying not to go back. It'll be dangerous. So, yeah. Yeah, Hong Kong people are, especially young people. We had a lot of like younger generation friends, and they're so nice. Like I think that we are very like culturally similar, so I really enjoyed our communication and so on. That's not what I thought they were. Sanseito should be critical of Russia and all the communist countries. Yeah, they don't complain about China either. And as for the war in Ukraine, Sanseito is like at least I heard Kamiya, the head, what's the leader of the party, saying that, oh, we should just if we were to give aid to Ukraine, then we should support Russia too. Like, how does it work? So stupid. That guy's something's wrong with him. And right now, by the way, Kamiya is like trying to be liked by Takaichi. You know how, like, we can all see, everybody can see that Takaichi, our prime minister, was liked by Trump, right? And those right-wing type of people, they want to be friends with Trump because Trump is cool, right? Especially for them. So they're like Team MAGA, right? Sanseito people. And then Takaichi got liked by Trump, so they want to get on the boat together. And so Sanseito, when, especially Kamiya, when he has this session in the parliament, he's like, he tries to be liked by Takaichi. Like, you can see in his words, that he praises her and so on. But one time recently, what was it about? I saw something. Let's see. Hold on a minute. I should have something. It was from. Hold on. Wait for me. I think I have so many bookmarks and it's not organized. So, what was that phrase that he said? Wait, oh yeah. Here, somebody I know posted, but okay. So basically, let's see the translation. Kamiya, leader Kamiya said of Sanseito Party, our party is also called far right, and the prime minister is occasionally written as far right too. He said that in between of what he was saying, and Takaichi, the prime minister, was like, "Don't get me involved." She's saying that they put the subtitle to it, but her lips, like, you can see that her lips are moving like that, like, don't get me involved in that. Yeah, because she doesn't. Takaichi is not right wing. Like, she doesn't believe that she is, and she even said that. Like, I heard her saying in a like an interview, which was available on YouTube. I stopped watching that in the middle of the video, though. I should finish that. But yeah, Takaichi is not right wing, but Sanseito wants the support from the same type of people who are supporting Takaichi, and also as for their performance, they want to show that they are like very close to Trump. So what they are trying to do is to just be friends with Takaichi, so that Takaichi, who is liked by Trump, then if you become friends with her, good friends, political ally, then you can get on the boat together. And that's what they're trying to do. And I think that's why too, like, I saw Kamiya and other Sanseito people the last time we went to CPAC in Japan. And through CPAC, they probably are thinking, this is only my assumption, I don't know, it's not based on any evidence. My imagination is that they're trying to meet Trump, through that, like CPAC and so on. So, I don't know. I just see that sort of like like I'm an activist too, so like I can see like through the actions that they take or the words that they say, I can kind of like I have a good imagination of what they're trying to do by that. So anyway, okay. Sanseto's approve rating went down thanks to Takaichi. Exactly, and also the Democratic Party for the people, their support rate is declining too. Yeah, it's so interesting. Yep. Anything else? Not much. Oh, on social media, what we are seeing is okay. So China, as I said, like China, like as for national security issue, China is mad. They're upset with Japan, even though they're the bad guy, like trying to expand. But anyway, they're upset with us. And then the foreign ministry of China, they let's see, they have a format on X. Let me see if I can. Chinese foreign, is it foreign embassy? The foreign ministry. I don't know if I can. I don't know the original one, but like people are generating like the Chinese Communist Party, when the diplomats have something to say. Like my timeline is full of stuff like this. Like see, this is like how you see the red background and this mark, and then at the end, at the bottom usually it says that Chinese Foreign Ministry. But then like Japanese people made a generator to make it appear like Chinese Foreign Ministry, like a Chinese Foreign Ministry, and now we are playing with that. So like don't play with fire type of thing. See, oh yeah, Chinese embassy. Oh, this is Chinese embassy in the States. Like, see, you see that format, right? This format. It says like Japan must stop playing with fire on the Taiwan question. Those who play with fire will perish by it. Play with fire. Didn't Trump say stuff like that? I don't know. Like play with fire, I don't know. But China and North Korea usually have very unique agitation. So that's but yeah, see, the news is like, oh, this is Hong Kong. This is on a different topic. I thought it was the same. But it does say that it's probably due to Chinese government's influence. Let me translate. Hong Kong issues travel advisory for Japan as Chinese countermeasures continue. This is seen as a measure in response to the intentions of the Chinese government. Hong Kong Security Bureau has called for caution regarding safety, citing trends such as an increase in attacks on Chinese people within Japan. It also points out incidents of bear attacks. But yeah, and silly fights going on. But what's interesting is that Japan, like Takaichi and Xi Jinping, actually started off their relationship in a good way. What was that? Is it? I don't think it's from this day. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah. This is today's newspaper. And China rapidly, going hard. I don't know the expression, but you see Xi Jinping and Takaichi's face, and then the diplomat that spoke ill of Japan, or basically like, saying, threatening Takaichi's head, like, oh, I will cut you off, type of thing. So Xi Jinping, like when they met, they had a summit meeting. They were good, like, oh, we are gonna try to build a stable relationship, and then oh, and also they restarted or resume. They started the exports or no imports of Japanese sea products, right? And then like everything was going well between Takaichi and Xi Jinping, and then when we had a committee, like a session in the parliament regarding Taiwan, then the diplomat got angry, like, oh, I'm gonna cut you off, right, type of thing. And then in the Chinese side somehow protested to the Japanese side. Like there is a Japanese ambassador in China, so they called on the Japanese ambassador in Japan, and they basically protested about Prime Minister Takaichi's commentary. And then the next day, Japanese side also we called on the Chinese embassy ambassador in Japan, right, and protested. So we are having a fight right now. Yeah. Oh, Sabacha, thank you so much. Congratulations, secret agent Yoko. I wish I was a secret agent so that I would get paid. Russia knows they couldn't defeat you and your husband if you got into their country. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Such a nice comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. The problem that I'm having though, as for Russia thing, is that a lot of MAGA people actually like Putin. So I see though that Americans are like divided into a few different groups, in regards to what they think about Russia, and I bet that there's a generation gaps as well. So I don't know how to speak to American people actually. I'm trying though here, but if Russia actually collapses though, it will benefit a lot of countries, even European countries, like they will have a little, like things will get more ease, like ease, like relaxed and so on. Tensions would get relaxed, and they could use all the resources and so on other things to just to develop, the like a cultural aspect, the economical aspect, and so on. We are impacted largely by the war in Ukraine, and people keep talking about like, oh, ceasefire, Ukraine should stop, and I'm like, why does the defense side have to stop? Putin is acting like a victim, but he is the aggressor, and if you can't see that, I don't know what to say. And if Russia collapses, then that will mean that our territories will be back to Japan too. They are illegally occupying our islands. And Japanese people, like, we do not want to use our military power. We don't want to start a war. But it's our territory, so I guess that we are supposed to use our military power though. So we are in it's like we're having a really difficult time. We tried negotiating with Putin, and Abe especially, he tried to talk to him and to negotiate, and he compromised as well. But even though Abe was compromising, giving like a cooperating with Russia economically, and also he was insinuating like, oh, not all for islands, but at least like 2 islands and so on. Like he was testing the water, but didn't work out. And so Putin is just a, that's he's just that kind of person. So yeah, Poland, yeah, Poland, man, Poland's history is really like amazing. Like you are surrounded by enemies basically, or like it's threats all the time. Yeah. What are the main issues that the Diet will make laws for? We were talking about the exporting our weapons. Like we're stuck with non-lethal weapons, and there's this regulation that is prohibiting us from exporting just weapons. So I think we are trying to change that. And I thought of one more thing and I just forgot. Sometimes when I'm speaking, like I'm trying to translate in my head, so like my actual content that I'm thinking of just get carried away, I get distracted and I forget what I was gonna say. What else? We're not really talking about constitution though, so that and this existential threat to activate our collective defense power. It's like they listed the conditions, like in which occasions can Japan use the military power to attack, and other premises and so on. So we're talking about that. It's always liberals. Liberals are so interesting in Japan. That, like, I did see a liberal politician asking questions to when I wasn't just in Tokyo. I just darkly, like, I saw it in person. Like this liberal politician was asking about how Japan can cooperate to, like especially for Ukraine, right? For example, they're talking about demining, for example. Japanese people, our country has contributed to demining in Cambodia, for example, and so demining is something that Japan can offer, but then Ukraine right now, for example, like if Japan actually does stand with the Ukraine, then we need to give them weapons, right? Or at least sell them weapons, right? Or co-produce something like drones and so on. That's something that we should do, right? But instead of that, like liberal people are like, oh, let's demine, let's do demining, and they ask the weird questions, and they want the war to stop, but Ukraine is, as I said, like they are trying to defend their country, and what you need to stop is Putin, right? Like in order to, first of all, like in order to defend you, they need weapons, and also like a good, like lethal and non-lethal equipments, right? And Japan is not doing enough to that. And as for Russia, and yeah, so like telling Ukraine to stop, they're not gonna stop because they need to defend themselves, right? Because Russia keeps coming at them, so they're trying to push back the front line to the original border, right? That's what they're doing. And because the negotiation is happening, they even need to push even further into Russia if possible. And right now, and also Ukraine cannot really attack like Moscow, for example, because people are saying like, oh, if you attack Russia in the main places, then it will be like World War III, for example. Like some people are concerned like that, while they don't care Ukraine being attacked by Russia. So that's ridiculous. Man, looking at all of this, like Japanese people somehow think that, especially probably because our country, when we lost the World War II, we were not colonized because our people fought so much, and also the people after when the war was ending, I bet that they communicated well too. We were very, very lucky that we did not get colonized by the US, right? So we kept, so we still speak our language. We did have the occupation period and we did have a lot of damages, but it's not as bad as colonization. And Japan is now back like this, like we reconstructed our country. We're actually one of the top countries in the world and doing well, right? So some people in Japan think that you can just surrender, and you get to keep your country as it is or to make it better. And that's the wrong lesson that Japanese people learned, Those who don't know much about history and politics, they just got the wrong message from the past. But the reality is that we just got lucky, and all the people who fought for us, really hard, sacrificing themselves, like scaring off America too, with kamikaze and everything, and also our Tenno emperor. Like if America did something to had done something to him, then our people would just go crazy and retaliate. So that wouldn't have been good. So like all the conditions, made it happen. But we just got overall. I just want to summarize into saying that it was like all of it, like some can be summed up as that we were lucky as a result. And so people have a wrong recognition that all countries can just drop the weapons and be happy, And I'm like, that's not how it works. So like if you, like I'm friends with Tibetans, Uyghurs, Southern Mongolians, and Hong Kongers, and even the people, those who are oppressed by Russia too. Like the stories that I hear about them and also their ancestors, it's like they don't even get to speak their language, their own language. They can't even wear their traditional costumes and pray for what they believe in, their faith and so on. It's all taken away. Their identity is taken away. And that's what happens. That's something that usually happens when you lose, a war. So yeah. And we are helping Ukraine, by the way. And partially it's an investment for us too. Not like as for the present, we stand with Ukraine, so we get information from Ukraine, how they fight the war today, and also about their enemies, Russia. Like Russia is a common enemy. Like our territories are occupied by Russia right now, so common enemy, and so on. And all the we have all the investment in that sense as well. What you see on newspaper and so on. At the same time, it's an investment because we are fighting basically for Europe, on that side. So, but we are in Asia, far away, on the other side, in the east. And why are we helping? Because, as I said, like China China is coming to Taiwan or Okinawa of Japan. So there'll be some conflicts. It's a matter of when. It will happen, but we just don't know when. When Xi Jinping tries to make it happen. I'm really hoping that Xi's regime will fall, soon, because the economy is bad in China. The economical gap is crazy there, and the young people can't get a job and so on, and competition is rising. So hopefully Xi Jinping regime will not be as stable as today, and something will happen. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. Yeah, so when that happens, when East Asia, though, like Xi Jinping regime continues and they try to take Taiwan or Okinawa, and East Asia gets lose the stability, then we want like European countries to come help us too, you know. So it's like we help you, so like help us too. So yeah. How are you, Yoko-sama? Purple looks good on you. Thank you. This is actually an old shirt, but it does look good, like fancy. I need like a red wine or something. Yeah, I can't drink though. If I drink wine, I'm like instantly I'm all red. Iran and UK didn't learn. Hey Yoko, hello. Thanks for coming. How's your Japanese channel going? I need to post something. I'm thinking of posting about the topic of me getting banned from Russia in Japanese, hopefully soon. I've been just busy, like right now, like after this, I need to edit my husband's video for his channel. And then I need to do like grocery shopping and so on, because I was in Tokyo for days and we don't have anything in the fridge, and life. Well, hopefully I will find a time to do all that. Taro Yamamoto says Japan is a colony. You know why? Because he gets advice. Like his political mentor is older generation. So they're still living in the past. Japan is our best ally in America. Thanks for saying that. Thank you. Yeah. We are actually talking about the Taiwan situation though, because we are good allies of America. Yeah, because we need to help America. Did the Japanese government contact you about the ban? No. It's interesting because like there should be some kind of system, right? Like what if I didn't read the news and like actively working against Russia, but what if I didn't, what if I was not the kind of person who reads the news and tries to enter Russia because I want to travel or something, And then I would just, at the airport of Russia, I would just be told like, hey, you can't enter. Like, I would be like, what? But no, they didn't notify me or anything. I just learned about it in the news, and I had seen the headlines of the news, like, oh, Mr. Koizumi and other famous people, they got banned, like 30 people added to the list of those who are banned from Russia from entering. And I'm like, oh, that's good and bad for them. Like, yeah, congratulations, though. I was thinking that in my head, and I didn't even open that link of the news that I saw on X. Like, I saw many different outlets reporting the news, and I'm like, oh, it's about those famous people. So like, I didn't expect that I would get on the list, so I didn't even check out who got on that list until somebody actually sent me a reply, like it was a mention, so-called mention on X, like, oh, Yoko Ishii and Hidetoshi Ishii got on the list, and they were saying that. I'm like, no, we didn't get on the list. And I opened the link and saw the news article and checked the name. I'm like, oh, I'm there. And I'm like, husband-san, we are on the list. So, oh, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi, Yoko. As always, I can't think of anything cogent. Is it cogent to say? It is so interesting hearing about Japan's history from you. There's a lot of context I would never learn about. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful that you are such an open-hearted person to actually live. Like you have the capacity to listen to my perspective, because not everyone can do that. Like when people today, we are used to social media where the algorithm only introduces something that you like, all the people you like, all the narratives that you like. So it's I bet that it's difficult for my viewers to, having to listen to what I have to say. So I'm really thankful. Yeah. You're famous in Russia. I wonder if they ever talk about me. At least their foreign ministry, though, they learned about me, so I'm like, thanks. But at the same time, though, like I am impressed by their intelligence, intelligence work. But, super chat, thank you so much. It's pink. I love it. I'm trying to press the heart. Yay! Hi! Thank you so much. It made my day. Thank you so much. No comment though. There's no comment. Such a cool super chat with like bam, pink, end. Thank you. Thank you so much. You are helping my channel. Oh, thank you. But yeah, as for the Russia's intelligence, though, I'm impressed. Of course, like KGB and everything, Comintern back in the day. Of course, Russia, like, it's their tradition, it's their culture to be good at intelligence, and Japan is trying to do a good job too, to counter that. We are cyber attacked by Russia's hackers too, but yeah. But then at the same time, there are lots of not lots of I know really pro-Russia figures in Japan. And my guess is that this is my husband's book, what probably got us on the list. This is something, it's not sold well too. Please buy to support us. It's on Amazon. But anyway, my bet is that I shouldn't say the details, but there are pro-Russian figures, like Japanese people who are pro-Russia in Japan, and they are probably communicating with the embassy of Russia in Japan. So they're probably telling books like this and so on, sharing, it doesn't, in all the espionage and intelligence or whatever you call it, it doesn't have to be the Russian agents research by themselves. They can just ask the people in Japan, the people in Japan who can cooperate with them. They can just hear the stories from Japanese people, who can cooperate with Russia. Probably, I bet, if they don't do that, that's stupid, right? You gotta use what is useful. The useful idiots, they gotta take advantage of that. So I have a feeling that somebody told about them about this book, because, yeah, I mean, they could easily look into us too, but to actually check out the book too, it's a lot of efforts. And like, see, like they have been doing all these efforts, but at the same time, it's been pointing out that the list is actually kind of rough. So my title that they put, like, my husband belongs to, like, Hidetoshi Ishii, he belongs to this organization, Yoko Ishii belongs to this organization, and the title is that, like, my organization is as actually like a free, it's called Free Tibet Fukuoka, but I haven't registered that as an organization. What's it called in English? Let me see. How do you call that in English? Corporation. Okay, just corporation. Yeah, it's organization. It's not a corporation, registered illegally and so on. It's just a name that I use, when I do political activities. And but they put like a corporation, Free Tibet Fukuoka, and I'm the head of the organization and so on. They put that, and some people's names are listed wrong. Like there's this really famous professor named Yuichi Hosoya. His name is Yuichi, and they spelled it Yuchichi. And he was happy to be on the list. He's super famous. He gets on the newspaper, writes a column, and so on. A really high level. And his name, I don't know if Russia is mocking. I don't know if they are playing with us, but they can't even spell the name correctly. Even the university name, one of the university name was listed wrong too. Like Takushoku University was Takashoku University or something like that. So anyway, Super Chat, thank you so much. What's the unit? What is that? Oh, Israel, right? Israel money looks like that. That's super cool. Here are some shekels for the great information. Thank you so much. It's my first time to see that. That's so cool. Yeah, NGO. I would say NGO. Yeah, yeah. UGG. So, and UGG. And some people, like, the that circle of like Russia related circle in Japan, like people like those who think like me, like stand with the Ukraine, anti-Russia, or it doesn't necessarily have to be anti-Russia, but like a critical of Russia. They're kind of nerdy or geeky, and they're playful with words. So when I don't know if I should say this on my live stream, but like, so Yuchichi, his name is Yuichi, but it was translated as Yuchichi, and Chichi sounds like boob, So they were playing with that thing, and yeah, there are more to it. They are playing all these older men. They're playing with words a lot. There are more, but it's stupid, so I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, you miss my super chat. No, where is it? Oh, here. Oh, wait. This is another person though. Thank you so much. I would like to know what happened to the nukes if Russia broke up. The countries that left USSR tend to suffer from corruption. It is scary. That's true. But this time, though, it was great that like they have a corruption system, like corruption detecting system. Like they have a committee, and they did that by themselves this time. They're two. Is it ministers? Who were fired, but they just did it by themselves from within. So that's amazing. So they are learning, and they're like while fighting the war, they are doing that. So that's a huge progress, I think. Super chat. No, I don't. I don't see Rick's super chat. When is it? Like a long time ago? I'm scrolling back. I don't see that though. Where did it go? Did you send it? Did it come through? What color is that? Oh, no, you, not yours. The one that I just read. Ah, I see, I see, I see. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for letting me know. Yeah, I'm usually like when I think about like English sentences in my head, I'm always looking away, because I'm doing the grammar puzzles in my head, This goes here, here, and Japanese language and English language, it's the order is the opposite. So a lot of puzzles going on in my head, especially when I use like big words. Anyway, ooh, I've been speaking for 1 hour. We was queens. Oh, what's up? You mean? What's up? That looks like a gorilla. Are you a gorilla? What kind of question is that? Are you a gorilla? My brother was given a Japanese name when we went to Japan in 1995. When we heard the name, we laughed at the Japanese. They didn't know why. The name was Yuichi, but it sounds like Yuichi. Oh no! Oh no! Now I gotta tell the professor. Yuichi. Yuichi. I feel bad for him. I gotta thank Yoko Ono for making my name famous in the world. Everybody can say Yoko. It's like Yoko. Like immediately, whoever I come across, in person, they can easily say my name and they would just remember it. But my husband, for example, it's Hidetoshi. Every time it's like Hidetoshi. All the people we come across, Yeah. You must go for 4 hours because of pink super chat. No, 4 hours. My battery would die though before that. Remind me of the Demon Slayer character. He's the strongest in the universe. Oh, same name? Do you like poop jeets? What is that? What is jeets? Anything else to mention? Thinking. What should I talk about? Should I go though? I don't know how much I can share information. But yeah, as for Ukraine's, there was this Ukrainian delegation, and this guy, Mr. Okabe, we are friends with him, and this is the corruption in like she takes care of corruption, and Japanese media interviewed them, and he's really famous in Japan. But Mr. Okabe, he was explaining what's going on and so on. It gets on our news, and yeah. Oh, I need to sorry for my cough. I need to post this picture. I'm looking good here with the lights. I need lights. I'm old now, so I had a Vietnam foods. Yeah. Yo. This is us in front of the National Diet Building. Yo. Oh, and Turkish foods. We love Turkish foods. Tokyo is awesome because they have a lot of good cuisines from the world. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what to talk about. If no more super chat, I should go because I don't know what to talk about. I have been trying to learn Japanese and it's difficult. Yeah. You gotta figure out what's difficult though. What do you find difficult? Is it learning the characters or expressions on Duolingo? And the word order gets me errors. I bet. But in reality, though, it's like we say it randomly almost unless you're really sophisticated like me, just kidding. If you're sophisticated or if you're giving commentary on TV and so on, nobody cares about the order because it makes sense, you know. It's that at least I you know past the stage of speaking like Yoda. As for me, I kind of didn't know though, right? Like how Yoda speaks, you know, from Star Wars. Like Yoda speaks in a different order, right? Go, you must, or something like that. Just past 575 days on Duolingo. Wow, 15 to 30 minutes a day on Japanese. That's awesome. I wish I could do that. I was trying to learn Ukrainian language, and it didn't last for so long. My app, Duolingo app on my phone, it cried. The logo actually cried because I was not logging in. Nobita from Japan, the Japan reporter said Japanese were anxious about your new prime minister. What? Maybe about the military situation, I guess. Yeah. It's hard to get in touch with that sort of like ordinary people in Japan because I'm surrounded by political people, you know. Yeah, because they're the same as liberals here, as I said. Like they don't understand they just don't understand deterrence, you know, and how to fight war and what wars mean too. Like no, unless you are part of the military complex or something, you know, doing business or something, usually nobody wants to be in wars, right? Like you don't want to die and you don't want to kill anybody and you don't want to lose people around you and so on. People don't like that. You just want to do business and live happily and so on. But sometimes you gotta fight to defend. But some people here do not get that because our education is messed up still. Yeah, I need to learn that perspective though. Those who are scared of Takaichi, I need to learn because the people that I come across in person, they love Takaichi and they're they see the hopeful future and yeah, they're happier now. And, yeah, but Takaichi's how she does the job is really quick though. I feel that things are changing rapidly. Like it reminds me of like Trump administration, like the first Trump administration, if you know what I mean. It's it was interesting about to see this news about Trump. By the way, it's Trump senpai. It's talking about the tariffs, mutual tariffs, and then it says shokuhin. Can you see? All the Japanese learners, can you see shokuhin here? Foods. I know it's mirrored, but foods, like some foods. Oh, there are pictures here. beef, tomato, paprika, banana, orange, pineapples, coffee, cacao, tea, black tea, and so on. Japanese newspaper are so nice, right? Like they have pictures for your understanding. But these will be excluded from the tariffs. But they were writing the point that it introduces the narrative by the media in the US that Trump's tariffs is actually pushing the prices, and it's implying this, just the fact that he is ordering to correct that, to exclude certain foods. That's like implying that it's because of his tariffs and so on. So this is I'm just a messenger. They're just trying to introduce that here. Alibaba, the Chinese guy. What was his name? The head of the Alibaba. They're supporting. Are they? It's a question. Ka. They're asking a question. Ka. Are they supporting the Chinese military? The cyber attacks against the U.S. That's interesting. Man, I really want Russia to stop. Like, I don't know if the hackers are just individual hackers or they do something to do with the government. I don't know, but they are attacking our big business, and it's really affecting our business. I don't have any good impression of Russia. Like we get damages, a lot of damages by Russia. But it's not like I hate Russia or anything. Like I don't have feelings, when it comes to China too. Like I like certain Chinese people, and I don't like CCP type of people. And as for Russia, I am friends with one Russian who is very dangerous though. He used to be a parliament member in Russia. Now he's outside of Russia, and he didn't agree to the annexation of Crimea back in 2014 and so on. And yeah, he's attacking Moscow with drones. But anyway, 伝言を伝えた人を撃たないで。Don't shoot the messenger. Yes. Some people cannot take it though. Like I'm trying to, yeah. Like I usually just tell the people like what's being talked about in Japan and so on. And I guess that my explanation is not good enough. Like sometimes I forget that to say that, oh, this is my opinion, or oh, this is what the majority of people say, or this is what the media says, and all the premises. I sometimes I forget to say those things, and people get confused, or they're just emotional and they don't want to hear it, and try to make it go away. So there are people who get upset with what I tell them. I guess because I'm left-handed. You are left-handed? Wow, it's not hard for me to recognize Mira country. That I don't know. That's interesting. Did you hear about Trump denouncing Marjorie Taylor Greene? What? Since she went on The View and she has entered the dark side. What? I didn't know. Thanks for telling me that. Eh? I can't even picture her going on the other side because she was so close to Trump. Or like she was like, I know only rude expressions, like desperate. Really, really loving Trump. Oh, that's interesting. How is Trump? Yoko has no feeling with Russia one way or another. Yeah, like country is interesting, right? Like, yeah, like I used to have like a negative images and feelings that come out of it. Especially like when I first learned about history and politics. In 2012, I started to read the like historical things, especially with the ones with South Korea. And there was a time, I have to admit, that when I see like the country name South Korea, I'm like, I used to get like, right? Like, oh, South Korea. I was going like that. And but I grew out of it. I started to see the world in a more balanced way, so I don't react like that anymore. And I got mature, thanks to my husband, actually, because he knows how to look at the world. But there are many people though in Japan that just dislike China and South Korea. What happens to your neighbors, right? Like you can't run away from your neighbors. They're there. You can't unless you are like a god to change the location of countries. You can't change the continent. So like we are forever stuck with each other, right? So some people have like allergic reactions, to our neighboring countries, and Russia, of course, is our neighboring country. But because for me, it was South Korea was a good lesson. Like I grew out of it. So after that, like even with China and Russia, like I don't have this emotional filter. The only emotional things that I feel is those who are forgotten in history. Those Japanese soldiers who were taken to Siberia. Is it like about 600,000 people? They were enslaved by Soviet Union. Many died in the hard labor, and not everybody got to return, and they were in a severe condition. Some people, Japanese women, when they were trying to get back from Manchuria, they were raped by Soviet Union's soldiers, and some were modified to go back to their home. So they did get on the ship, like not all of them, but the lucky ones got on the ship. But some women just couldn't, like when they were approaching Japan, they were mortified and just committed suicide, by jumping into the oceans. And those who made it to Japan, they were pregnant and so on, and they're again mortified to be raped by their enemy, right? So then they the what you call the not adoption, what was that English terms, abortion, was it abortion? uh, yeah, abortion surgery at the time was illegal, but they did that anyway. In my local area, actually, there's still the memorial of that, like where this is the hospital that did that thing, right, with Anastasia, and they just did it. And some people lost their lives, and all this, tragedies happened with the Soviet Union. And Putin is basically, they're doing the same thing, he likes Soviet Union and their values, and he's behaving the same. And he's not gonna return the territories and so on. Like, of course, like when it comes to things like that, I get emotional. But it's like Putin is a politician, and there are political incidents and so on, like very specific. And it's not like I'm a racist and just look at Russians all as the same or anything like that, because I know that under Russia's rule, for example, there are, like Mongolians under the rule of Russia and so on. other like Muslims too. There are Muslim people under Russia's rule too, and they and also like those who want the change in their regime and so on. You know, they get silenced though. So yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I stopped just labeling everything and everyone as something that like the same thing. I like your background, looks really cool. Thank you. It's my art. I need a big canvas again. This is just a carbon box, you know, paper. So, but I don't have anything as big as this anymore. I want something big so that I can draw. Major fallout between them. Wow, interesting. I gotta look into Marjorie Taylor Greene. MTG, Carson, Owens, McGinn, Kelly, Brett Cooper all seem to join the anti-Israel side of MAGA. They're anti-Israel? Japan stands with Israel. I mean, mostly, I guess. I don't know if we were all in, but yeah. All our neighbors. Why can't we get along? Yeah. I mean, isn't it wouldn't be good just to have fun with each other, you know? Like all the negative people, you know, are going after power. And I do understand like they want to insist like, oh, this is my territory, you know, don't come in, you know. Don't come in, I get that because I feel the same, but if you want to expand your territories, that's kind of weird, don't you think? Like, who are you? Why can't you just have fun, you know? Like, be friends first and then, like, ask, like, oh, can I take this part of your territory or something like that? That would be nice. Everybody is just, generations above us are all angry. Angry generation, I feel. I can't wait for younger generation with those who can talk it out, you know. Yeah, but geography doesn't change. So it's just I think that all the traditions or traditional values are based on the environment. Environment changes everything, you know. Environment is what defines what we are and what we do and so on. So, and what's the environment? Politically, it's geography, and geography does not change. Even though sometimes Japan has big earthquakes, and we sometimes gain territories like land, you know. And there's an island that got bigger in Japan in the recent years, and yeah, it happens sometimes. And sometimes we move an inch or something, you know, but yeah. Cardboard, that is a good idea. I've been wanting to write on a big board. Yeah, you should. Earthquakes and bears. Yeah, bears have been a really such a threat in Japan. Like every day. But the coverage about bears are too long though. And people are getting fed up with it, you know, especially when politics have been kind of crazy, you know, like it changes rapidly as it says with China and so on. We have a lot to think about. Yeah, they're talking about like social welfare too, right? And economy, Trump's tariffs, and so on. As for China, though, as long as Trump negotiates with them and you know, make them have a hard time then it puts Japan in a good place against China, actually, because China needs their allies, their friends, and they would want to beg to Japan to be friends with them, to do diplomacy and business together. But because we are like Team Trump, basically, it's we have power wise. I think it's right now it's cool, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Japanese news stories are so long they can focus on one story for a full hour. Yeah, seriously. Especially those, what we call wide show, the news talk show in around noon or in the early afternoon. They explain everything. I love that sort of like shows with visual aids and so on too. Also, Bachat, thank you so much again. I have a tattoo that is anti-communist on my wrist. Cool. Are there onsen that would let me visit in Japan? I have no idea. It's but thanks for respecting the rules, though. The fact that you are asking shows that you respect our rules and that we love people like you. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, tattoo. Oh, it says that there are some onsen that allows you. And sometimes you can hide it with, it says like to use cover seal, like a seal it, but you need to check the rule. It says, what is this place? I'm just randomly Googling, so I hope I'm right though. Kinosaki Onsen. Let's see. Tattoo. Ooh. It says that this Kinosaki Onsen allows you to, it's in Hyogo Prefecture, Hyogo. At least that's what this article says. But I don't know. Yeah. I hope you get to, enjoy. Fight commies. Good, really good. Yeah. I was surprised to learn what country has the most islands. I assumed it was Japan, but they said it's Sweden. Sweden? Wow. Like, I would understand if it was like, like a southern Asian countries. Is it southeast countries? Like, there are lots of islands, those countries that consist of islands. Oh, but Sweden. Wow. Interesting. I do plan on visiting Japan someday, like traveling all over the country. That'd be cool. I want to do that too, actually. I don't like the older I get and the broader my perspective becomes, I realize that I can't easily say like, oh, Japan, one Japan, same Japan, and so on, or same Japanese, because many people say that in Japan. Mostly, we can say that, like fundamentally, we are the same, Japanese people, we kind of feel the same, culturally, we have common values and, common sense and so on, but we do have some economical gap, especially in recent years, and regionally, the city life and countryside life, people are so different, and dialects are different. Yeah. I was actually talking to a friend from overseas recently, and I was talking about like how, like I was talking about Russia and how Russian bots, online, like AI bots from Russia, they are seriously like they are making our public, like a cyberspace chaotic. And oh, where was I going with this story? I'm getting tired. Cyberspace. Oh, dialects. Um, yeah, and I realized like I was telling him like, you know, in Japan it was like we did have like a foreign accounts pretending to be Japanese before, but we couldn't tell. I mean, we could tell before that they were trying to, like, they're pretending to be Japanese. We could easily tell because their Japanese was bad, right? But now AI came in, and with the help of AI, they can sound very, very natural, at least compared to the past. And now I feel like the next stage is that Japanese people should just all post in using dialects. So the bots cannot, I don't think that they could. They're still, at least right now, they're still not there. So, yeah. The For me, when I was young, I used to uh, write to my friends in using dialect, my local dialect, but I stopped doing that at a certain point because it's troublesome to change the form, like like how to, like we need to first type it in and then change it to kanji, and then you need to change stuff like this, like a simpler form and so on, into dialects. But then it takes more time to do that, so that's why for my convenience I usually write in like a Tokyo type of expressions. But maybe I should go back to my dialect. まあ、行けた city Puro sent allowed the guy when I was there. Yeah, you just need to communicate, I guess. And also, like, if you maybe. But tattoos, the thing about tattoos is that if it's an old tattoo, then that's okay, I guess. But like, if it's newer, then I don't know how it works because I've never gotten a tattoo. But like the infections and so on can be dangerous, I guess. Yeah. I need to get a Japanese motorcycle license before I go to. Oh, there's this funny foreign guy. I don't even know where he is from. Like a foreigner on motorcycle in Japan, and he intentionally, I think intentionally, he uses Japanese, but it's kind of broken, and it's cute. And then he's like patrolling, basically, like, oh, crazy driver, like he has the records of everything on his motorcycle. And, what's up, guys? I'm on a motorcycle again. And he says in like kind of broken Japanese, and it's funny, you know? And oh, crazy driver, and then it's on the record, so like we all share the anger together. So yeah. でヤクザ Center, I went also had disabled cerebral palsy person. That's so hard to say. So I think that was nice since regular don't seem to have disabled people. That's true. And it's hard to get into that tab, for disabled people. I think, like, generally, when you think about disabled people, it's really challenging. Like, I picture my mom, for example. My mom's knees are not good, so like to to go in deeply into the tab and so on is so hard. Everything has to redesign, I feel. Yeah. Anyway, it's 5 p.m. Should I go? No, if no more super chat, I'm gonna go. My pastor got kicked out of the center twice. What pastor? Because it was too hard to hide the food back eagle on his back. The wash towel was too small. It's like yeah. I see. But he got 15 minutes before getting kicked out. Oh no. At least he experienced it. Oh, it's nearly 2 a.m. Wow, thanks for watching. So wanted to know what you'll be getting at grocery store. Ah, I really want apple. Apples, like fruits and veggies. I want to get those. Like, you know how you get kind of thirsty, like it's but it cannot be like water, but you just want, I don't know what I'm craving. Is it like a mineral or something? We already bought natto last night on our way back. I can't live without natto now. I love natto. Oh, mikan is good. Mikan is so good. McDonald's. I try not to eat McDonald's. I love McDonald's, just so you know. But for my gut health, I try not to eat. I don't eat stuff. Sometimes, so like when I'm in Tokyo, I had to quickly have lunch one day, and we didn't have time to pick, so we had to go somewhere with a table with like vacant seats, and so we went to like a tonkatsu place. Later in the day, I'm like, my gut was like, my stomach hurts, kind of day that was, because of the oil is really bad. Like the real good oil, olive oil, and that sort of like good oil is good, but the kinds that you get in restaurants, they're older and not good quality. So yeah, have a good meal. You cook homai, medium grain. Calrose rice is good for American rice. I think we're having Japanese rice recently, but the prices went up again. Like our government was trying to reduce, what's the word? Decline the prices. But it's up again. Japan doesn't have cottage cheese or sour cream. Why Japanese people? Why? And is it called hummus? Hummus? I want that too, like the bean stuff. Yeah, like we do have that sort of things, but it's just super expensive. Silly. Burger King. Oh yeah, Burger King. I wonder if our prefecture has that. I've seen Burger King in Tokyo, I think, but not in my area at least. My husband heard somebody saying that after having Burger King, they can't go back to McDonald's. I don't know though. KFC for Christmas, yeah. But fried stuff, I'm old now. I can't have fried stuff anymore. Hummus, yes. Hummus. 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 Hummus is dangerous. Hummus. Wendy's, I've seen Wendy's. I think I've been to Wendy's in Tokyo. Yeah. But not here. Like Fukuoka is so far away from the Tokyo and so on. But our Fukuoka is actually big though. Your Kamala Harris impersonations are top notch. Thank you. We need Bird Up to do that. I need a good script, and he writes good scripts. Price used to be 7,000 yen for one bag. How much kilo though? So it is more expensive than that. I believe there are Wendy's in Japan that Burger King. We only get like 5 kilo. Oh, is it 5 kilo? Does he buy 10 kilo? I don't even know. I think it's 10 kilo. 10 kilo, 4,000 something. But it used to be half the price. You know, it's 2,000 something yen before, and now it's in the 40 something, 4,000 something. So I just got 25 pounds of rice for 14 pounds. I don't know pounds. I only know kilograms. You must be American, right? I was so like sleepy. Like I was so sleepless in Tokyo. I love like work. Like it's a volunteer work though. I like really working in Tokyo because it's really like good, productive, productive. Super chat, thank you so much, Joshua. Fukuoka is a great city. It's a pretty big hub for westward air travel. Come down to Okinawa someday. We would love to visit Okinawa and eat pork and so on. And I want to see the beautiful ocean and also the warm breeze. It was so nice. It would be better to go during like winter season, right? Because it's so much colder here. Like my place, Fukuoka, is facing the Sea of Japan. So it's actually cold. Like if Kyushu area, bless you! If Kyushu Island, the southern part is facing the Pacific Ocean, so it's they get a good warm breeze, but not us. You know, we are cold here, so it'd be nice to go to Okinawa. Yeah, I've never been to Okinawa. I've never been to Hokkaido either, and I want to visit. Like you gotta go both ways, right? Gesundheit Husband Sam. Okinawa has cheap spam. My husband and I, we go to Okinawa restaurants sometimes, especially at the end of the year. Instead of the regular soba noodles, we eat soki soba. Thank you so much though for your super chat. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I think traveling is actually good to broaden your perspective. It lets you realize many things. I want to do that. I want to get into like I want to get into U.S. military base too. We have good. We know an Okinawan guy, conservative guy in Okinawa, And he was saying before many times, like when we were talking more, he would say like, "Oh, you should come visit me in Okinawa. Let's go to the U.S. base and eat a lot of meat together there." Oh my god, I need to do that one day. Soba is good, yeah. Do you like Kurosawa? I actually have never seen. I don't think I've ever seen Kurosawa. They showed High and Low on USA TV tonight. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I was more about like you know how some people love like older things, and I was obsessed with new, like modern and new, or rather latest things. And also, I really loved American entertainment. So, yeah, I haven't had the opportunities to check my own cultural stuff. Is winter getting near? Is Hide-san catching a cold? I think it's just his like allergy or something. It's been he's been okay though, but like this year, I think he's having an issue. he's he's all, like working so hard, so probably that's why he doesn't he doesn't rest. Like every day, he's doing a lot of things at the same time. While I'm watching a Netflix show sometimes. Nah? My husband hasn't seen Netflix in a long time because when he comes home, he checks like YouTube videos which show the TV records, like news coverage and all the talk show, like conservative shows and so on TV, but it's on YouTube, if you know what I mean. Um, Netflix, we gotta watch Spycraft, right? スパイクラフトを見ないといけないんですよ。なんかスパイ技術のやつ。じゃあそれドラマじゃないよ、ドキュメンタリーだよ。怖い。I tried that one episode of Spycraft. I don't know if I can watch another episode because it's so frightening. It is so scary. 007 Yoko. It is so scary. Like you will be skeptical of everything after one episode. Yeah. Well, I was blown away how expensive Okinawan soba is up in the mainland. Yeah, it's 2,500 yen up there and only 900 yen down in Okinawa. Wow. Yeah. It is expensive in my area too. That's so cool though. You get to have that. My sister was stationed in Okinawa when she was in the Navy. Oh, cool. Said it was beautiful, scuba diving, etc. Ah, yeah. I bet that the ocean is beautiful. Living in the US made me crave a burger or junk food. I bet. Or if I were American, I would probably miss pizza, right? Like I can't. It's hard to get like really good pizza in Japan unless you go to Costco, or maybe Domino is good enough, but I hear that it's not the same. I've been to America and I've had American pizza, and also and Costco pizza seemed really good too. There are more Costco stores here around, like in my prefectures. There are 2 Costco stores, I think, and I haven't been. I don't even remember the last time I went into one because you need a membership card and it's so expensive. For the annual card, you need The last time I checked, it was like you need to pay for like 40, 100 yen. So that's a lot for me. And you need a car because it's usually located in the countryside. Japanese don't do cheese well, which is why their pizza is a bit off. Ah, the digestion, or I spent a month in China back in 2001. It made me miss a lot of things. Interesting. 2001. That's like probably when they were shifting, right? Like to become bigger. My friend went to China, like Shanghai. That was around 2010 or 11. He went to Shanghai and he came back and he's like, China is big. He was American. He is American, and he's like, I thought America is big, but China is big. He was overwhelmed by the bigness. I don't know what to call it, the size of China. So it's interesting. I will get Yoko a Costco membership card. Oh, please. I would love to, but sometimes you know how sometimes TV shows in Japan have, I guess it's due to the sponsorship of the TV shows, but like I sometimes see TV show at night covering like Costco, like what is a good purchase and what you can do with Costco foods and so on, and like yeah, it's fun. Even though I'm not a customer there, I'm like, I wish I was. I'm hearing some sound from outside. I can't tell if it's a baby or a cat. Sometimes happen. One time though, I couldn't tell if it was a baby or a woman, if you know what I mean. Outside when I was walking, like. Okay. Anyway, catfight are scary. The real catfight, not the female ram, but like the real catfights at night. Not in this area for a while, but when I was living with my parents, like I would hear that at night often, and I thought at first it was like a little kids, but no, it's cats. They're like, arr. I don't know why it's happening during a. And a few days later, you see a cat with like damaged eyes and so on. They're so cute and they fight each other. It's so weird. Single and spend 400 a month on food in Costco. From Costco? That's a lot of money. I mean, if you have a bigger body, then you probably need more foods. I don't know how it works. I don't know how humans work. But yeah, just sometimes I imagine like human bodies being like cars, like bigger sized cars. You require more gasoline or something like that. Eh? Can you do the female cat noise again? Female cat noise? No, no. Cats sounds like when they are mad, they're like, arr. No. Arr, arr. It's not cute, like cats are usually like meow, meow, right? They're like at night they're like arr, 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 arr. Thanks to American English, I know how to use my tongue like arr. R. Cats are like that too. They probably speak fluent American English. They're just hiding. You know, if they can do the R sound, R. I work on roofs. Roofs? Roofs? You work on roofs? You're good with heights? That's amazing. Their pitch slides up, the angrier they get. Yeah. Arr, arr, arr. Are you a cat person or dog person? Dog person. I'm a dog. What am I doing? You guys need to go to sleep, and I'm like meow and woof. When I try to growl, you know, like a metal singer, I think of dogs and babies and my angry mom at the same time. Rawr. Rawr. Yoko is covering all the animal noises. I can't do birds though. I don't know how birds are doing. It's impossible, right, with your course here. Wouldn't it be funny if the chat all started doing animal imitations? If it was all like voice posts. That'd be so funny though. You just imagine like make an actual Twitter, like a tweet, you know, and you are not allowed to say anything, but you can only make sounds of animals, and just you imagine what they're saying, and you know you think it in the good direction, you know, in the good way that you want it to be, and the world becomes a better place. You have to whistle birds calls. Oh, I can't whistle. I can do many things, but I can't whistle. I just look stupid. That's the best I can do. I'm surprised by myself. Your tongue has to become like this, right? Like use. You can't do it when you're like laughing. I can't do it. Anyway, I should probably go. You push your tongue forward and back in your mouth and you get a bird's nose. What? Push your tongue. What? Sorry. This is a weird stream. You thought this was a political stream? No, this is an animal stream. YouTube listener whistling next to random vehicle. Now I'm curious to see how to do it. Oh my gosh, I can only whistle using my hands. Oh, I see. Tip your tongue behind your bottom teeth. Huh? Huh? But my face, by the way, can look like a bird. Like I have this. If I put my face, like, if I take a photo from here, I look like a bird. Anyway, predict next week news. Getting banned by another country next week. Hope not. I want to travel around. You look cute doing that. I I look scary. Yoko has not been drinking. Yeah, I'm high on life. So keep upper lip loose and lower lip stiff. My mouth can be really small. Sometimes I'm a female, right? I put on a makeup and so on, looking at the mirror, and sometimes I'm like, my mouth can be really small. This is a regular size, right? So, anyway, anyway, okay. Everyone's so much. This is so goofy. Sorry, so sorry. But thank you so much for super chat, though. I appreciate so much. I hope that you sleep well. Okay. I hope you will not have a nightmare about my weird mouth or something. Okay. Yeah. I'll, I'll practice how to whistle. Oh, thank you for super chat. Thank you. My efforts. Yeah. Look for a moment, and when I look back, she was doing the birthing. Yeah, birds are cute. Yeah. I need it. I need wings. Whoa. Anyway, for my birthday. Stupid. I'm so stupid. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Okay. See you next week. Please come back next week again, and hopefully I'll be more ready next time. Today I was not. I'm critical of myself. But next week I'll read the newspaper more, and hopefully get to update you more. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye. Good night. Bye. Oyasumi. Bye.